It was very challenging. That was assigned to go here and gather soil samples from the bottom of this burning pit of methane gas.
What if the world's biggest lithium reserve was discovered while looking for farming soil? Or an entire oil field found by engineers just fixing old pipelines? In one village, people were drilling for drinking water and struck gold instead. In Antarctica, scientists drilling for ice cores found a freshwater lake buried under 2 miles of ice. And in Norway, an environmental safety test revealed minerals needed to power millions of electric cars. These weren't planned, expensive explorations. They were complete accidents. And they changed everything. From Pakistan to Mexico, China to Greenland, these discoveries brought billions in value, new energy supplies, and global headlines. No fancy tech, no billion-dollar satellites, just pure luck, curiosity, or even a broken pipeline. We're about to show you 16 of the biggest natural reserves ever found by mistake, from oil and gold to water and lithium. These are the real-life jackpots no one saw coming. Let's dive in. Number 16. Korangi Creek Gas Pocket, Pakistan 2025. In February 2025, construction workers in Karachi's Korangi Creek area hit a gas pocket during excavation. What followed shocked the city. A continuous white gas eruption caught on video, showing pressurized vapors shooting out of the ground non-stop for over 3 days. People thought it was a chemical leak, but when OGRA and SSGC tested the site, they confirmed it was raw natural gas under immense pressure. It wasn't listed in any geological map, making this a completely unregistered reserve. The fire was so intense it burned without pause until emergency crews capped it on day 4. The footage made headlines on Geo News and ARI, triggering calls for full exploration. Early estimates suggest this pocket could power Karachi's industrial area for years. This was Pakistan's most unexpected gas discovery in over a decade, found right beneath a city. Number 15. Wangu Goldfield, China. In May 2024, after weeks of rain, a landslide in Wangu village, Hunan, exposed glittering rocks along the hillside. A farmer picked up the pieces and brought them to local geologists. Lab tests confirmed high-purity gold ore, almost 96%. China's Central Television (CCTV) later reported that deeper scans revealed several underground veins, possibly stretching across 25 square kilometers. It's now called the Wangu Goldfield, and China's Ministry of Natural Resources confirmed that it ranks among the top 10 gold discoveries in the last 2 decades. Gold prices were rising due to global economic instability, and the Wangu discovery quickly became trending news on Weibo. Mining firms like Xinjiang Mining fast-tracked exploration permits. This gold wasn't found through big drilling rigs or satellites. It was found when a villager simply picked up a strange rock after a storm. Number 14. Rare earth oxide deposit. In October 2024, a team from Norway's Water and Energy Directorate was performing routine soil inspections near an abandoned hydroelectric dam in Telemark County. They were checking for chemical seepage from concrete runoff, but the samples they took told a completely different story. Their lab results showed high levels of rare earth oxides, especially neodymium, praseodymium, and dysprosium, all critical for electric car motors, wind turbines, and mobile phones. This shocked the team, as Norway had never reported any major rare earth reserves in that area. The site was previously considered unsuitable for mining due to its rugged terrain and environmental protection laws. By December 2024, Norway's Geological Survey (NGU) confirmed the discovery and estimated that the deposit could produce enough rare earths to power over 20 million electric vehicles. This news made waves in the European Union, especially as countries look to reduce their dependence on China, which controls over 90% of global rare earth refining. Number 13. Kohat District, Pakistan. In 2024, Pakistan Petroleum Limited was drilling a low-priority exploratory well in Kohat, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, called Razgir 1. It wasn't expected to produce much, just a few million cubic feet of gas at best. But the results were surprising. The well delivered 13.69 million standard cubic feet of gas per day and 1,400 barrels of condensate. According to the Express Tribune, it became one of Pakistan's most productive new wells of the year. The Ministry of Energy said this discovery could open a new energy corridor in northern Pakistan. Kohat had never been seen as a major energy zone due to its difficult terrain and poor past data. However, new 3D seismic mapping revealed a fault line rich in natural gas and light crude oil. The timing was important too. It came just weeks after Pakistan signed new energy deals with China, making it key for energy security. What started as a backup drill is now a gateway to a new gas belt in the north. Number 12. Far South Oil Field, Gulf of Mexico. In early 2025, a private U.S. energy company drilling in the Gulf of Mexico made a surprise discovery. While testing below-known oil zones for a wind turbine foundation, the team hit an unexpected layer. At first, it seemed like a dry zone, but when pressure spiked and samples were tested, it turned out to be a massive untapped oil reservoir, now called the Far South Field. According to Reuters, March 2025, the reserve holds over 500 million barrels of oil, making it one of the deepest and largest finds ever in the region. The U.S. Department of Energy confirmed it lies beyond the traditional oil shelf, an area not reached before due to outdated depth limits. Thanks to modern ultra-deepwater drilling, experts now believe more hidden fields may lie beneath the Gulf. All discovered by accident. 11th Phosphate Deposits, Norway. In August 2023, geologists in southwestern Norway doing a routine survey for carbon storage made a surprise discovery. One of the world's largest phosphate rock deposits. What looked like normal limestone was actually high-grade phosphate ore, later confirmed by Norge Mining AS and verified by Reuters and Bloomberg in October 2023. Early estimates suggest the reserve holds over 70 billion tons of phosphate, nearly twice the total reserves of Morocco, the world's top supplier. This comes at a crucial time. In 2023, the European Union named phosphate a critical raw material. Now, Europe has a strategic supply on its own land, reducing dependence on North Africa or China. Phosphate is key for fertilizers, semiconductors, and electric batteries, making the find even more valuable. The shock? This area had been surveyed for oil years ago, but no one looked deeper. Discovered by accident during climate research, it's now seen as a once-in-a-century resource that could change Europe's industrial future. If you liked this video so far, leave a like, and you can also check top 10 exports of Iran, Israel, India, Russia, USA, and China on our channel. 4 Evergreen Salar de Uyuni Reserva. While scientists were mapping the stunning Salar de Uyuni salt flats in Bolivia for tourism and satellite calibration studies, they noticed strange mineral patterns near the surface. After testing the brine, they confirmed something extraordinary: the world's largest lithium deposit. This confirmation came in 2009. And since then, Salar de Uyuni has become central to the global electric vehicle revolution. Lithium is used in every major rechargeable battery, from iPhones to Teslas, and Bolivia now holds over 21 million tons of it. Ironically, the site was previously viewed as just a tourist location with reflective salt mirrors and flamingo habitats. But this accidental discovery, made during non-mining geological mapping, has shifted global battery politics. Countries like China, the US, and Germany have since tried to build partnerships with Bolivia. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk even faced backlash in 2020 when a leaked tweet suggested US interest in Bolivian lithium was strategic. 9. Galkynysh gas field, Turkmenistan. In 2006, Turkmen engineers drilling a test site in Mary Province found gas pressure far higher than expected. At first, it seemed like a small extension of an existing gas basin. But when CNPC, China National Petroleum Corporation, and other international teams joined, testing confirmed it was part of the Galkynysh gas field, now known as the second largest natural gas field in the world after Iran's South Pars. It holds over 27 trillion cubic meters of gas, enough to power whole continents for years. The field had been overlooked due to old Soviet maps, which showed only limited gas potential in that area. The accidental drill site was part of a massive, connected underground structure that had been misunderstood for decades. Turkmenistan later signed multi-billion-dollar pipeline deals with China, and Galkynysh now powers major Chinese cities through the Central Asia-China gas pipeline. Strangely, this massive discovery wasn't made using satellite scans. It happened because engineers misread seismic data and drilled in the wrong spot. 8. Shale gas discovery, China. During the early 2010s, China's geological teams were conducting earthquake risk studies in the Sichuan Basin, a region prone to seismic activity. While testing underground rock formations, they found more than fault lines. They hit massive shale gas reserves. What was meant to be part of a disaster preparedness program ended up becoming one of China's most important energy discoveries of the decade. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the Sichuan Basin now holds more than 700 trillion cubic feet of technically recoverable shale gas, putting it among the top shale gas reserves in the world. China quickly adapted U.S. fracking technology to extract the gas and reduce reliance on coal. By 2020, gas production in Sichuan had tripled. This is one of those rare moments when disaster science directly led to energy independence. 7. Lake Vostok, Antarctica. Back in the 1950s, Soviet scientists drilling deep ice cores in East Antarctica noticed strange thermal patterns beneath the frozen continent. Over decades of drilling and satellite scans, the world learned something extraordinary. Beneath 2.5 miles of solid ice lay Lake Vostok, one of the largest freshwater reserves on Earth, sealed off for millions of years. The lake is about 12,500 square kilometers, roughly the size of Lake Ontario. Its discovery was confirmed in 1996 when satellite altimetry data from NASA showed a perfectly flat surface beneath the ice. What stunned researchers was that the water beneath never froze, likely due to geothermal heat. Because it has been isolated for possibly 15 million years, scientists believe it may contain never-before-seen microbial life. The story even made it into sci-fi plots, like in the movie The Thing, and episodes of X-Files, sparking global curiosity. This reserve was found during Cold War research drilling, with no intention of searching for fresh water or life, just ice core samples. Grasberg Mine, Papua, Indonesia. In 1936, Dutch geologist Jean-Jacques Dozy was flying over the Jayawijaya Mountains in Dutch New Guinea, now Papua, Indonesia, when he noticed oddly colored rocks on a steep cliff. He collected samples that later confirmed the presence of gold and copper, but the site was too remote to develop at the time. Decades later, in the 1980s, Freeport-McMoRan revisited the area and confirmed the suspicion. The region wasn't just mineral-rich. It contained one of the largest gold and copper reserves ever found. Today, Grasberg is the second largest gold mine and the third largest copper mine in the world. It contributes billions annually to Indonesia's economy. The surrounding site has since developed into an entire mining city with its own airport and workforce of over 30,000 people. This discovery reshaped Indonesia's mining industry and brought massive foreign investment, and it all began with a random aerial flight, a strange colored rock, and a forgotten notebook from a Dutch explorer. Ogallala Aquifer, USA. In the late 1800s, settlers drilling for oil in the American Midwest, specifically in Nebraska, Kansas, and Texas, kept hitting water instead of oil. They thought they'd failed, but what they'd found was far more valuable in the long run. The Ogallala Aquifer. This is now known as one of the largest underground freshwater reserves in the world, stretching under 8 U.S. states and covering 174,000 square miles. It supplies 30% of all irrigation water used in American agriculture, helping grow corn, wheat, cotton, and beef that feed millions globally. Scientists didn't realize the scale of the discovery until the 1930s, when groundwater mapping revealed the aquifer's full size and impact. By the 1950s, the U.S. government started building infrastructure to regulate its use. Without Ogallala, America's Great Plains farming economy might never have thrived. And yet, this life-changing discovery wasn't made through science, but through a failed oil drill. Ethiopia's hidden gold veins. In 2021, a small village in Oromia, Ethiopia was drilling a borehole for clean drinking water. As workers broke through bedrock, they noticed the rocks had a golden tint. Initial tests confirmed it was gold-rich quartz, and that one village borehole triggered a modern-day gold rush. Geologists were sent in by the Ethiopian Ministry of Mines, and the deeper they went, the more they found. It turned out to be one of the richest unregistered gold belts in East Africa, previously missed due to poor mapping and conflict in the area. According to reports from Bloomberg and Africa Mining Intelligence, by mid-2022, over 20 tons of gold had been extracted, and dozens of companies were lining up for mining licenses. Locals reported that gold pieces were being picked straight from the soil before formal mining began. What makes this story powerful is that Ethiopia, despite its long history with gold, had ignored this region for years. This accidental hit didn't just change the economy of one village, it reignited Ethiopia's national gold export push. 3. Greenland's rare earth treasure. As Greenland's ice sheets continue melting due to climate change, researchers conducting glacier retreat studies in the Kvanefjeld region started picking up radiation levels in the exposed ground. Further studies revealed layers of rare earth elements, especially uranium, neodymium, and lanthanum. These minerals are vital for electric vehicle motors, wind turbines, and defense electronics. Greenland was never on the global map for rare earths until the ice itself revealed it. In 2021, Australian mining company Greenland Minerals Limited confirmed that the deposit could rival major mines in China. However, the project also sparked political tension in 2021. Greenland's election was influenced by anti-mining campaigns, and the new government halted full-scale exploitation to protect the environment. This discovery was never intentional. Scientists weren't mining, they were just monitoring glacier melt patterns. But what they found could make Greenland a major player in global tech supply chains if environmental hurdles are cleared. Nasiriyah supergiant oil field, Iraq. In 2009, while repairing old oil pipelines in Nasiriyah, Iraq, engineers made a surprise discovery. During underground pressure checks, they tapped into an unmapped oil reservoir. What began as routine maintenance led to the finding of a supergiant oil field with over 4.4 billion barrels of proven crude oil reserves. The Ministry of Oil confirmed it as one of Iraq's top 5 oil fields. This shocked many, as Nasiriyah wasn't known for oil. Most production came from Basra, Kirkuk, and Rumaila. Older Soviet surveys had missed deeper reservoirs, leaving the area overlooked. After confirmation, Iraq invited international bids. By 2010, Eni, Italy, Occidental Petroleum, USA, and KOGAS, South Korea, signed deals to develop the field. By 2023, production reached over 100,000 barrels per day, with plans to increase to 300,000 barrels daily. This discovery is now key to Iraq's export plans, especially in deals with India, China, and Europe, turning Nasiriyah into a major energy hub. 1. Mexico's lithium discovery. In 2019, a team of geologists surveying soil for agricultural suitability in Sonora, Mexico, came across volcanic ash layers that tested positive for lithium-rich clay. Further exploration revealed it wasn't just a patch, it was the largest lithium reserve in North America. This site now contains over 8.8 million tons of lithium, according to Mining Technology and Reuters, making it a strategic gold mine for electric vehicle makers like Tesla, BYD, and Volkswagen. In 2022, Mexico's President Andrés Manuel López Obrador even announced the nationalization of lithium, a move designed to protect the country's control over the mineral, especially with global demand expected to triple by 2030. The Sonora site is now being developed in partnership with Chinese firm Ganfeng Lithium, and when it begins full operations, it could supply up to 10% of the world's lithium. And it all started because scientists were simply testing soil for farming, not energy. That's it for today. Sometimes the biggest treasures are found by accident. Like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories.